shit like, kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Kicking shit like, 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 kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Kicking shit like, kicking shit like, kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Kicking shit like, kicking shit like, kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Kicking shit like, kicking shit like, kicking shit like Bruce Lee.
Run with your mama.
Shit like Bruce Lee.
Fucking big boys. What's up everyone, my name's Endo and today I've got a build guide for Greystone offlane setup. In the first part of the video we're going to just go over the build really quick in ometa.city, and then we're going to go through some gameplay footage for some overall strategy and tips and tricks on how to effectively play Greystone. So let's get into it. I would say this build is kind of your generic Greystone farming tanky build. Great for beginners and pretty straightforward. So for our crest, we go with the Phoenix. Being able to resurrect yourself and that extra health is always a good option. You can do Icecorn Talons or Brutalix for some situational builds. If there's heavy CC or if you really just want to do more damage, you're already ahead, go for the Talons. But in general, most cases, Phoenix is your best bet. Then for our first item, we're going to go with the recommended, and this is the Overlord. It's great, good amount of health, gives you some good melee cleave, so you can farm some minions. And then for second item, generally I go for Fire Blossom. The only exception is if you're fighting something like a Grux or a Crunch, something with a lot of lifesteal, you can do this. You can do Tainted Guard second to get that early anti-heal online. But if you're not fighting that, I would say just go for the Fire Blossom. Gives you that physical armor, health, fire damage around you. And then for the third card, this is your primary damage card as Greystone. This gives you insane clear. It's an assassin item. It's just damage and then applies fire damage on your abilities and your basic attacks. And then you go for your secondary physical armor card. And then finally, most cases, Crystalline is a good option. Gives you movement speed, that magical armor, and just overall tankiness. You could do something like Unbroken Will if there's heavy CC. You could even, if you wanted more damage, you can go Bonesaw or Salvation. Plenty of options, but you can take it upon yourself to come look up my guide if you want to see some other options. It's just under Indo Complex. So here, we'll update build if you want to check it out. Greystone Farmer King under Indo Complex offlane role. And by the way, this build is actually great in the jungle, so you can also transfer it over, but in general I find Greystone is a little bit better in the offlane. Alright, so I'll see you in the next part. Thank you. Alright, so for Greystone early game, he's pretty weak character early on, especially facing things like Crunch or Grux. You're not going to really have a lot of damage output before you get a few items online. So I suggest playing him very passively. The other thing is you want to generally focus on leveling up his Q as priority, just to increase his clear time. Because the more you clear, the more you snowball that farm. That's kind of the strength of Greystone. I also like, secondly, to level up his leap. His E will give you a bit more damage. If you feel like you're ahead and you just want more damage, you can go ahead and level that up second to the Q. But in most cases, leveling up that right click, leap, will just be a safer bet to get that cooldown lower. So one of Greystone's greatest strengths is split pushing. As you can see here, I've got quite a bit of a lead on this Grux, so I'm able just to shove the lane directly into his face and apply pressure. Even if this isn't the case, Greystone, you're really trying to look for the opportunity to go for a quick split push. His tankiness, his mobility, his stasis ult, and the resurrection with Phoenix just allows you to be a lot more risky than other split pushing offlaners. Look for opportunities when your team has high pressure to go into the enemy jungle to steal some camps. This puts a lot of pressure on the enemy jungler and can put him really behind. The combination of using your Phoenix crest to resurrect, and your mobility is amazing on Greystone. It can get you out of so many sticky situations, like as you see here. Alright, and that's it for the guide portion of this video. I'm going to leave you guys with some cool gameplay clips of the build in action. And then besides that, if you like this content, please give me a like and a sub. I'm going to try to release at least one video per week at minimum. And I am streaming on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. So come check me out and say what's up. Thanks guys. Peace.
Shit like Bruce Lee. Kicking 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 shit like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee. Kicking shit like Bruce Lee.
Ooh-wee! That's what we're talking about, dude. Motherfucking the old game. That's why you're on Phoenix, bro.